Alright, this is Mr. Cho, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a storyboard for your MEC competition. Okay, so can you go and get your workbook and flip open to page 36. Okay, I'll wait for you. Alright, so in today's lesson, we are going to learn how to create an animation, but not actually create an animation yet. We're just going to create the storyboard. So before you start to create your animation, we need to plan using a storyboard. So we are going to use these pages from page 36 all the way until about page 38. Yeah, page 38 to make our competition animation. Alright, so this year our theme is pretty simple. It's called School of the Future. Okay, so in my workbook, I'm going to write it out. Right, so follow along with me. Just going to write down here, School of the Future. Now, what actually is this theme about? Okay, so let's focus a bit. So this theme is to create a short animation based on your perception or your imagination of a school in the future. So your animation may portray different modes of learning. So that means, how are you being taught? Is it being taught by teacher, or is it by online like HBL style, or through the computer? There's many different ways of learning, or even through like playing games. These are the different ways of learning. What's the school environment like? Are there CCA? What kind of CCA are there? Where is the school? Is it underwater, in the sky, or this kind of thing? Okay, then infrastructure refers to the building itself. That means what is in the building. If you go to the science lab, what do you find in the science lab? If you go to the FCE lab, what do you find inside the FCE lab? Okay, can even have other new subjects which we never even heard about before. Okay, so now obviously when you think about it, School of the Future, wow, so difficult. How am I supposed to know? Okay, so what you have to do, go to Google lah, simple. Anything don't know, go to Google. Okay, so just go Google, and you can search what will schools be like in the future, right? So you find a few links. I'm just going to show you some links that I found, which I thought is good for you, and give me some ideas. So, for example, this link, what is the future of education? So they say here that it will be more accessible. That means that everybody gets a chance to go to school. Okay, not just the rich people. If poor or rich or anyone, all can go to school. Okay, then what is this? That means that if you miss out on something, don't worry, you can catch up by yourself. Okay, then using technology, like what we are doing right now, we're using technology. Okay, close this one. School of the Future. Let's see. What about this guy? This guy suggests making virtual classroom. Right, maybe it can be like a VR classroom, bring you around the world, but it's all in the virtual reality. Maybe even part-time schools, right? Schools that, half of it is in school, half of it is hands-on learning. How about using robot as your teacher? Okay, I'm sure that some of you enjoy that, but I think I personally wouldn't enjoy having a robot as the teacher because very boring, or they cannot understand my emotion. Let's see. Whatever. Okay, this one is interesting. It's about being connected. So that means that you will be connected with your teachers and your friends through social media, through online community, like Google, Twitter. And this one, real world application. Now, this is important because after all, we are learning things for a reason, right? We're not just learning things for the sake of learning. We want to learn it so that we have some real world experience and some real world application. That means that the things we learn in school, we can apply into the world. For example, now we are learning about CPA. We're learning how to make animation, right? All these things can be applied in the real world. All those anime that you watch on Netflix, right? These are all created by people who have learned animation before. Okay, so let's do a short description. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write out the main point first. So I copy this up first. Let me just rephrase it. So this is a short animation okay, so you can be specific or you can be general here. It's up to you. If you can't really think of anything yet, don't worry. Okay, sometimes you just need to do the project, then the idea will flow. Okay, sometimes like Mr. Cho myself, I think what is it supposed to be? I also don't know. I just need to go and start doing. Once I start doing, I can think already. Okay, so with many friends and okay, whatever. We can always come back and do this description after we start to think a bit more. Okay, so now as we are doing this, we need to think about what sprites we have. Okay, so most of the time we will need to have at least 3 sprites, right? So we need one student, male student. Okay, then we need to sketch him. So simple, just take a pencil, just draw a person, standard pose. Okay, standard pose. Then the second costume, that means that the way that he changes, it can be a happy version. Okay, now he looks angry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then another pose can be just that. Think of different ways that a person can behave. Be just like standing, fold the arms. Now all these sprites, right? Actually, when you go to Scratch, right? When you go to Scratch, there will be many different sprites for you to choose. So when you choose a sprite, it should come with some costumes already. So these are the costumes I'm referring to. At first, this boy looks like this, right? Then he can transform into this costume, can have his hands up, can be a bit squatting down. These are the costumes. Okay, so we also need one female sprite. Okay, we can always give it a longer name later. So for now, we just call it male student, female student. Female student. A happy one. Maybe she's hugging someone. And one last costume. Can be anything. You're just sitting down. All these costumes, these are just ideas. Okay, it's not necessary that when you do the actual program that you have to use these costumes. These are just ideas to get you thinking, to get your brain juice flowing. Okay, so now we come to the backdrops. So what kind of backdrops do we want? Obviously, we need one of a school, right? So we need one of like maybe our standard school. This school should be able to find in Scratch itself. So under Scratch backdrops, right? There's one of this school. So just need to do a simple sketch of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. something like that can already. Okay, so standard school. Then what do we want? We will need a future school. Okay, so this is where your ideas really have to start flowing. How does a future school look like? Okay, this one I cannot really draw for you. Maybe at most you can think about like what movies do you watch? Like alien movies or like sci-fi movies. Then what are the schools like there? Okay, maybe it's like a spaceship. Maybe there's some kind of spaceship, space shuttle. Okay, or can be anything. So try to link it to your interests. For example, you are interested in Pokemon, right? If you are interested in Pokemon, then you just call it Pokemon School, right? This is all about your imagination. Pokemon School, obviously, our Pokemon Gym, trainer, Pokemon Trainer School. Then, what do they do in this school? Right, they learn how to catch Pokemon, so they can have the battles, Pokemon battles. In the school. Okay, or what other schools are there that are famous? Harry Potter, right? May not be in the future lah, but then you can just take some inspiration from this. So maybe future school, future magic school. Okay, all these are, I don't know lah. Sometimes I get bored lah. My mind goes a bit wild. So future school, Harry Potter. How does Harry Potter look like? Harry Potter got lightning bolt on the forehead, right? Then there's some Dementors around. Okay, so I mean, it's not that you are going to make a Harry Potter school lah, but you're going to make a school that is similar to Harry Potter. Okay, so let's now. So these are all just ideas. Okay, obviously once you start making your project, right, you will build up on your idea. That means that if you talk about Pokemon, you have more things about Pokemon. If you talk about magic, you have more things about magic. Okay, so now sketch out your scenes of the animation and describe what is happening in this scene. Now, before you do this, you may need to do some thinking. Okay, so what was the idea that you went with? Do you go with Pokemon? Do you go with magic? Do you go with some kind of future school, alien school, or more like human standard one? That means that just talking about reality, things that are real. Okay, now for Mr. Cho, I made one video. I can show it to you. So this is the one that I made. So this is my future school video. So let's just watch it together and I'll do the storyboard for you later. Okay, take note one important thing, to have the animation, and very important to have the voice. The voice really will give you a lot of
Jamal.
points.
Oh, hey, Jordan, what's up? Did you hear about Elon Musk's plan to send people to Mars by 2024? Yeah, cool. I wonder what will happen if we set up a school on Mars. Whoa, how did we get here? We are on Mars. I have no idea. But check out that town over there. Oh, look, that is their school. Let's go in and explore. Whoa, their school is a spaceship. I wonder what would they learn here. Maybe for language, they will learn how to talk to aliens. For math, they could learn equations on how to operate this spaceship. For science, there will be new discoveries every day. And I'm sure many beautiful artwork will be drawn here too. That was amazing, but now we are back to reality. I hope one day schools of the future will have all the wonder and excitement we have dreamed for. But for now, I'm just glad we have technologies to learn online.
Okay, so that was my idea about School of the Future. You don't necessarily have to copy me. In fact, it's good for you to try things on your own. Anyway, so what I will do is I just show you how to sketch what I did. So for me, I started with the standard school, right? Then I have the girl walking to the boy. Okay, then what? Then say girl talks. Boy tell him about plan. Okay, tell him about Elon Musk's plan. Then where did they go next? They went to Mars, right? So they were on Mars. There was a planet Mars. Then they are on the planet. Okay. Then they are, they are surprised. They are on Mars. Wow, surprise. Mars. Okay. Then after that, what happened next? They went to the town, the city, alien city. So there's some buildings behind. Okay, then they were at the city. Okay, then so this is just a at city. Oops. At city saw school. Then what happened? They went into the school building, and it was a spaceship. So there's a spaceship. There's a steering wheel. It's a window, kind of like fuel. Some buttons everywhere. Buttons. Then they were just there. Okay, so whilst they were there, they are in the school. So in alien school, thinking about subjects. Okay, so think about how the aliens might learn certain subject, right? For English, maybe they learn how to speak alien language or other languages to speak with other aliens. Then after that, probably come back to reality, right? So come back to reality, back to the reality school. And then, so at this point, just summarize what they learn and do some hopeful message for the future. And then we have our credits. Okay, so credits. Then you just put in whatever music that you use, whoever helped you, and teacher. The teacher help you, and yourself. You help yourself. Okay. So that is more or less how you can do a storyboard. Now you know that you don't need to draw until super nice. As long as you understand what is going on, then that is why it's important. Okay. So once you have completed your storyboard, you may start to create the sprites and the backdrops. But actually I suggest, right, you don't really need to go and create your own. Okay. As we have taught you, go to Scratch Online, right? And just look around for the backdrops that are found inside the library. Okay, there should be many backdrops that can fit what you want. Okay, if there isn't a backdrop that fit what you want, then you can ask your teachers for help, or you can just go to the internet and search. Okay, shouldn't be so hard to find. Same thing for the costume and the sprites. Just go to the Scratch library, find the sprite that you like. Usually it's under people, and find some of the nicer sprites. And then you are more or less done. You don't need to waste time to make your own sprites. Okay, so that actually is it for today, right? So all you need to do, make sure that you fill in your workbook. Okay, page 36, draw everything, draw the sprite that you want, at least two of them, and then draw a few backdrops that you want, some ideas. Don't have to use all the ideas, but after that eventually you might need one of them. Then after that you draw your storyboard, what exactly happens in your animation. Now this storyboard, it may not even be your final product, so don't be scared to try. Just draw something first. Even if it's not what happens in the final, result is fine. This is part of the planning process. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go and do your work now. Okay, please remember to declare that you have watched this video in its entirety once you have finished your work. Okay, I'll see you back in school next Wednesday. Alright, bye. Take care of yourself.